Hey, so what is up, guys? Welcome back to an episode of Am I Meta Remastered, Lauren. This was brought to you by Revolution 99. So without further ado, let's get to discussing on the nerfed Lauren. So with Lauren being as she is, she has a very hard time competing with pretty much the ladder in general. Just doesn't really work like she used to. Like, she used to have nice threes with like a couple of the fours. Those were always good. But once they made Kanji Blast go up to 4 instead of keeping an average 3. Well, no, Kanji Blast was always a 4. It was the Flame Sword that was a 3 that made her nice to play, especially after Samurai Strike into the Flame Sword, and then you were doing Samurai combo right afterwards. It was nice little bread and butter for her. But, you know, when nway took that away, they pretty much turned the character into a giant D tier girl, sadly, and that was a bad thing. So with that being said, it's just like Lauren can't really compete as much as she used to. We went through so many cycles with Lauren, her being too good, then her being balanced, then her being too good again, and then just straight back to, you know, let's not even touch her anymore. Let's just make her garbage, and that's it. That's how they ended her. Like, obviously they could have done some adjustments that would have been a little bit more beneficial. Like, they could have just made freaking Samurai Strike a 4, so at least if you Samurai Strike into Samurai combo, it's a lot easier to pull off combos. But Samurai Strike being a 5 is definitely not worth what it is. Well, the damage at least is not worth what it is. It's like, no matter what, damage is like, it's disgusting. So, you know, it'd be nice if, you know, if they're going to put some speed on that too, they actually had some damage. That would have been good too. But, you know, they didn't even do that, so that was a big issue going on in the systems. Yeah, you know what? I just hate that Tawi has a freaking green move like that. It's so stupid. And why I say Samurai Strike should go down to a 4, because at least if it goes down to a 4, you could actually combo her primaries properly, and we wouldn't have to deal with that. Then she could be a semi-decent character, just a bunch of 4s and 3s, and, you know, that's just it. That's the character. But, you know, knowing nway. But yeah, there's just like not much to this character anymore. I mean, she used to flow very efficient. Flame Sword being a 3, her Samurai combo was a 3. I mean, she had a lot of efficient like moves. Like, it's just that, you know, there came a time where they're like, let's kill her off for good instead of doing a proper balancing. All you gotta do, you see, that was bullshit. That sword is legit in her crotch. It's pointing at her vagina, and it didn't go through. So yay. Anyways. So yeah, just Lauren has like her ups and downs with her moveset. Like, it's not the best. It's everything so freaking costly for like no damage. And that's another thing. The 5 has no damage. The 4 barely puts in damage. And the 4 is pretty freaking stupid to pull off because it's not that easy. Because the move actually has to be in the opponent's face, or they have to get combo into it. And Samurai Strike isn't an automatic combo to that move. They just really need to touch her up just one last time. Not OP. Just above average balance. Like, I don't need her to be OP as hell. They don't have to make Samurai Strike a 3. They can leave it a 4, and that would actually balance out her moves quite nicely, because then everything can feng shui properly. Anyways, at least if it costs 4, you can combo into the primaries more often, and that's okay, and then you can just save the middle for middle. There's just a lot of things, man. There's just a lot of things to the character. They nerf to make sure they're not playable anymore to an extent. They don't know what balancing is. In nway terminology, balancing doesn't exist in their terms and conditions, because they don't know what it means to balance a character. Balancing that means to destroy entirely. Not like do a proper balance, like we want people to still use the character, but we need to make sure the moves are proper. Like, honestly, I get it. You're trying to make people use your you know, other characters so they invest money in it, but that's not nice. You know what I'm saying? Just let the character be, or at least balance it out to an extent. Like, honestly, nway really doesn't know the definition. It's either if they buff somebody, they're going to be stupid. If they nerf somebody, that means they're going to be dead on release. or dead in the game for a while. That's usually nway's logic to buffing and nerfing characters. The buff is actually going to be godly, or the buff is just going to be trash, or the buff might be mediocre. Just the little things. See, I'm only doing 400 damage off that Samurai Strike. The first poke is 400. And I have this freaking move from Samurai Strike that only does 2600. And my primary is just so much, man. I just do like no damage to the extent that I can do things. Again, as you can tell, look, Samurai Strike doesn't start combos for her middle slot anyways. So the fact that they did this was very stupid. Like, even Track has a better kit now, and that's pretty fucking sad for a rare, too. Ay. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, they do this to characters. They don't proper, like, you know, rebalance them. There's no proper rebalancing, and it's just very stupid. Very stupid on their end. Because they don't know jack crap about the balancing, and that shows. Like, seriously, it does. Ay. Like, this is like ridiculous. Hey, like a rare like Scorpina shouldn't be Trakina do this much work. The fact that this character has to put in so much work for a lot of her combos is like really stupid, because none of the things are actual real combos. Nothing's a real combo with her. Her Samurai Strike doesn't combo into anything except her primary at best, and that depends on range. See, all Scorpina has to do is press one button and she wins. That's it. But that's just like the only screwed up thing about Lauren in general. Like, she has no backup. They had no backup plan for her. They really should have just balanced out Samurai Strike. That's it. Maybe leave the rest of her moves alone. Samurai Strike barely does any damage, so that was a waste. I mean, listen, Tommy's move can almost be as fast as Samurai Strike, so you can definitely turn Samurai Strike down to a 4. If Samurai Strike goes back to a 4, I say she has some type of playable capabilities, but other than that, she would still at least be C at best. So yeah, it's like there's just like no words to the character. There's just like they don't want to like patch it properly, and it shows. You just gotta do your best, and that's about it with the character. I mean, shield assists are always welcome. Having some good insta assist too to help out her combos is always helpful. Yeah, those are usually the things you want to go for with Lauren at the end of the day. You just want those shields assists kind of prepped. He really wanted to wait to try to do a combo? Like, really? He's really bad. Anyways, so yeah, when you play Lauren, obviously, don't get trapped in a corner if you have nothing but shields while you're going to call on that bait. Especially when you have nothing but breakers, and thanks for jumping in the air. You made that a lot easier for me. GG's. There's like stupid things like that she can win off of, but that's about it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. You all be good. You all stay safe. See you all in the next one. Peace out.